I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I brought, I brought, I brought dreams, dreams, dreams. I brought you all my dreams, 'cause I love you. I love you. I love you. Shalom, shalom. Once again, Minister YisraEL Shiloh Israel, a former minister of the House of Israel and a minister of the House of Yehuda. And I'm delighted to be here tonight, bringing you another message here on Truth or Tradition. And this is a special occasion. It's called Get It Off Y'all Chest. So anybody want to get anything off your chest in regard to the scriptures, and in regards to what's going on in your city, your state, call in and let us know. Call in at area code 513-377-5815. That's 513, that number right there, 377-5815. Because I want to get some things off my chest. Some things you do on Shabbat and some things you don't do on Shabbat. And this night of Get Out, I chose, because I didn't want to do it on the Shabbat, because Yah's Shabbat is a set apart day, holy day, consecrated to the mighty Yah. But I want to give all my Muslim brothers, all of my Christian brothers, all of the atheists, all of the comedics, all of the so-called African-American black men and women here within the confines of the United States and outside of the United States. For we are Israel. At least that's what I teach. I teach that the so-called African-American black man and woman here in America, you part of the lost tribes of Israel, who was sent into a strange land, another man's land, for 400 years. And this is the land of our punishment. This is the land where the Most High sent many of us. Of course, the Israelites, we are scattered through the four corners of the earth. But I'm speaking to those that's within the confines of the United States today. This is the place that the Almighty Yah sent us as a punishment, not as a blessing. So if you think you were sent here to receive the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 chapter, you're totally wrong. The Creator said, I'm going to send you. Matter of fact, let me show the word of what the Almighty Yah said. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Because this is get out night. Get out. And I'm doing this because, as I said, because I love you all. In this past Shabbat day, of course, I was cut off. I started out on YouTube, and I shared it through Facebook. And as soon as I shared it through Facebook, I started having problems, technical difficulties, until they just totally shut it down. Because I was dealing with Independence Day, the 4th of July, where, of course, we was not free at all. We were chattel property, still slaves. And we are still slaves, but the only difference is we have paid slaves today. And I was dealing with the 4th of July, I was dealing with the dream speech, and letting the world know that that speech that Martin Luther King had was my brother. My brother. But that dream speech was a nightmare for us. For since we stepped foot in this land, we've been plagued, we've been oppressed, we've been afflicted, we've been used and abused. Since we've been in this land, we've been the last hard and first far. Since we've been in this land, we've been the borrowers and not the lenders. And we definitely have been the landless and not the landowners. But this is what the Mighty Yah said. We're going to go to the book of Jeremiah. Go to the book of Jeremiah. All you all that have scriptures, not Deuteronomy. Although you can go to Deuteronomy 28 chapter, that within the confines of that chapter lists all the curses that the Creator said will befall his chosen people. And this chosen people is a people that he said he loves above all other nations upon the face of the earth. And the reason why all the violence is occurring, all the gun violence in Chicago, all the deaths, black men being not only shot by one another, but being murdered by the police. And see, when you talk about so-called black crime, I don't buy anything called a black on black crime. I don't let my enemies define what a black man is. Now you got criminals against blacks, and criminals come in all creeds, all colors, criminals. But when you will allow your enemy to define black, what blackness is a man that blows his brother's brains out. No, that's not a black man at all. That's what we call a son of Belial. Somebody that's base, somebody that's low. So that's not a black man. So you can allow your enemies to define what a black man is, but I don't. And criminals are murdering us. Criminals are selling drugs to the black man and woman, tearing up neighborhoods. These are criminals that's murdering people indiscriminately because they have a different color on than themselves. These are criminals. So when I deal with criminals, I deal with all shades and creeds, colors. But according to the book of Jeremiah, this was the Mighty Yah. Now many of you don't know Yah. Some of you call the Creator by the name of God and Lord. Well, just to simplify everything, that's not the Creator's name at all. And you have to know where you come from. See, today our people are like a tree without roots. They dead. They don't know. don't know their nationality, don't know what language they spoke, don't know what land they came from. So I'm here to help you, not to hurt you, but here to help you. And our people, as I said, we are the Israelites of the so-called Old Testament, of the New Testament, of the Quran. We are the people of the book that the Quran speaks about. We are the people that the angel Gabriel told Muhammad to go to. If he had any questions concerning his Quran, they have to come to us. Farrakhan, all the Muslims, the Christians, black Christians as well. If they want to know, they have to come to Israel. And this, who the Christ of the New Testament said he was sent only to, the Israelites. He never said he came to Gentiles. So if any people of any creed, nationality, other than the Israelite, if you want to learn the truth, you have to come to us. But you got to come to particular Israelites. And I've been out here for a long time, because there's confusion, even in the midst of the Israelite community, when it comes to doctrine, when it comes to biblios, Bibles. And I'll explain some of that as well as I go along. But I want to read this to you, according to Jeremiah the 16th chapter. So what the Most High said in the book of Jeremiah, the 16th chapter. And if anyone want to get it out tonight, just call in, because I'm going to bring forth some things. But Jeremiah the 16th chapter, it states in the 10th verse, it said, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore? In your book, you'll see it. If you're going by KJV, you see the Lord. So I'm gonna be real kind and stick with you. And I'm gonna read it according to KJV. Although I pronounce the Creator's name Yahuwah, and I also pronounce his name, I can say Yahweh. I can say Yahuwah or Yahweh. And I don't get mad at my birth to say Yahweh, because I use Yahweh as well. Because when you're dealing with our language, when you're dealing with Hebrew, and I'm not speaking about modern Hebrew. This is the Hebrew I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about Paleo Hebrew. This is what I'm speaking about. Paleo. And when you see this, the Yohei, that's what they call the Tetragrammaton of the Father's name. Of the Creator's name, should I say. And some pronounce it Yahuwah. And you have an argument and debate on that. Some say, it ain't Yahuwah, it's Yehoah. It's Yaoh. I heard many different things from many different Israelite camps. But one thing that we all can agree with, because when you're dealing with breath speech, because in Paleo, you don't have vowels. You had a consonants that made the sounds of the vowels. So when you're dealing with breath speech, it's depending on when you're dealing with, also you're dealing with dialect. That's what the Creator said. He's going to turn to us a pure language that we shall call upon him with one consent. And I don't argue with brothers that say Yahweh. I don't argue with brothers that say Yahuwah. I don't argue with brothers that say Yahweh. If someone want to stick to just say Ahaya, then you stick with that. You want to say it's another one that they say, but so forth and so on. But we all can agree on Psalm 68 and 4. For that says, sing unto Elohim, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yah. Now, once again, in your Masoretic text, you're going to see Jah. But there are no J's in our language at all. And there were no J's in ancient Greek language at all. And as I often said, that's why they use the I. And in Islam, that's why they say Esau. So you got to understand the language and the times that you're living in. But now, since they have the J, on earth they just substituted the Y with the J. That's all that happened. So when we in the book of what they call Jeremiah, the 16th chapter, it says, it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath Yah pronounce all this great evil against us? What is our iniquity? What is our sin that we have committed against Yah Elohim? Man, why are we catching hell? Why is our people being murdered on the streets by the police and record number just from running with their back turned? Why is our sisters being strung up, hung right in the prison system, in a jail, being hung? Why is these things happening to our people? When you look in the inner cities of the black community, why is the black women, the females, heading the households? Why? Why is that? Can you explain that, Israel? Can you explain that, African American black man and woman? Why is our neighborhoods being plagued with all types of, you got gangs. You got over 500 gangs in California alone. And our people is catching it on every side. The oppression from their own people, from the Europeans, you name it, the Koreans. Why are we catching these things? And we don't see that in the so-called Jewish community. You don't see that in no other community. You can't go to little Chinatown, little Italy, and find out the woman is running the house. The man is running that house. But when a man is taken out of those houses of the black community, that whole family is greatly affected by it. Greatly affected. And you ask any young male, black male, how do we feel that, his father's not even in his life, was never in his life? How did that affect him? You ever asked him that, talk to him? So our people have been plagued. And it says, then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yah, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. Notice, not because of the European father, not because of the Ashkenazis, the Jewish man. Jewish man don't have nothing to do with this. He's speaking about black people here, people of dark hue, of melanin. And the mighty Yah speaking to the Israelites, he said, because your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they kept the law. But Solomon and a lot of the kings of Israel, they forsook the Most High. And as a result, we got to be here catching hell. We got to be here catching it. So we can't blame the white man for everything that's happening. We can't use the white man as our crutch. So we got to take self-responsibility for our own actions. And until we return back to the laws and commandments of the Most High, the wrath is only going to continue and get worse. The affliction is going to get worse. Hey, Carter should tell you what to do. The affliction is only going to get worse here. Not going to get better, folks. But it's going to get worse. And the Creator said, and ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore I will cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye know your fathers. And there you shall serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. Now the Creator said he's going to put us into another land where he's not going to show our people favor, because we have went away against this law. You notice, he didn't say because we went away against Christ, his son. You notice he didn't say because you went away from Islam. Because I'm going to show you that the laws of Islam differ from the laws of the Torah. And I'm going to get it out tonight. So if you didn't hear it before, you're going to hear it tonight. And I'm also going to deal with prophecy. We're going to deal with 400 years. 400 years prophecy. But first, let's go to, pardon me for a minute. Go to the book. Go to the book of Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. Go to Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. And I'm going to start reading. I want my Muslim brothers to call in and correct me. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're supposed to be your brother's keeper. So anybody out there in a listening audience, if I'm wrong or what I'm teaching, it's your job to call in and correct me. I don't mind it at all. At all. So call in and let me know, straighten me out. But according to the book of Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, here the Almighty Yah said, "You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yah, your Elohim, which I commanded you." So Yah commanded the prophets, he commanded the priests, he commanded the judges, the elders, the whole Israelite community. Do not add to my law. Don't add to my word. And why? Why did he say that? Now you notice he didn't say, you should not add unto the Bible, because they add unto the Bible every day. They can add books unto the Bible every day. And you'll never read where the Creator told his people to read the Bible, to meditate in the Bible, to study the Bible intensely. You'll never see that. You'll see what he told the prophets, and this is what he told the prophets. Let me show you in the Kings, so we all have an understanding of what the Mighty Yah instructed the leaders today, the ones that call themselves Kohanes or Morays, the ministers, what he instructed us to do. The ones that think they prophets. Go to the book of Joshua. Go to Joshua, the 1st chapter. The book of Joshua. This is what the Creator said in the book of Joshua, the 1st chapter. The Mighty Yah said, I'm going to start in verse number 6. He told Joshua, "Be strong and of a good courage, for on this people shalt thou divide for inheritance the land which I swore unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law." And you got to be strong in a wicked society that you're living in today, because you're weak, you get ate up. The wicked, they eat you up. They'll eat you up on Facebook, YouTube, you name it, wherever you go. So if you ain't strong in Torah law, your foundation is weak, you get torn to pieces by a Christian minister. So you must do what he told the prophet Joshua to do. And this is what he told him to do. But first you got to be strong and very courageous to be able to do the law. He said, turn not from it to the right hand or left. Don't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If you're going to serve the Mighty Yah, you got to be all in. You got to be 100% in. You got to be in it to win it. And he said, whithersoever thou goest, you're going to prosper. If you trust in Yah, you believe in Yah. He said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein. What? Day and night. Notice he didn't say this Bible or this Quran, because there was none. There absolutely was none. So why do we need, if Joshua didn't need these Bibles, then why do we need them? Why do we need them? The only thing is the law, and later on, you have the prophets that came along. But the only thing you need for salvation-wise is the law. I asked my brothers that believe that fasting is a law in Yom Kippur. And of course, when we came out with it, we was false prophets, called false prophets by our own sect. Out of the own sect that I came out of, the own house that I came out of, I'm talking about house of Israel ministers, called us false prophets. And I said, whoa, because I would never call any of them false prophets at all. But of course, I was called a false prophet. Had songs made. And I said, okay, if I'm a false prophet, have any, and I'm gonna say this one time. Have any, and I'm gonna look you dead in the camera. Have any minister in the world call in and show me that law in the book of the law. And I tell y'all right now, I won't give them $1,000. I won't give them $2,000. Give them $5,000. And I'll cut YouTube off if they can show you that law. They can't do it. But what they have done is done what Deuteronomy told them not to do. In Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, the 2nd verse, they added to his laws. And there's no need to add to the law. And that let me know that evidently we must not have been meditating in the law like we should have been. Or we've been indoctrinated by a doctrine that just wasn't true. That's all. And many of us have been indoctrinated, believing things that are just not true. Things that we can't back up and prove. We just believe it. That's all. We just believe it because it was taught to us. And when you talk something for years and years, you become programmed. So when somebody else comes along and show you something, you've been so programmed like a computer, it's in your memory bank. So you don't pay what somebody else say no attention. And all you remember is that program, that computer, your brain telling you, you was told you got fast. You was told to fast. It's repeating over. You was told to fast and do what you did over and over and over again. So it's part of your DNA now. I know the law don't say that. It just don't say that. And furthermore, we go to the book of Psalms, the 19th chapter. Go to Psalms 19. And like I said, no mess in the world can call in and refute what I'm saying. Psalms 19. So I just get out night for me. I just laugh. I just have to laugh to keep from crying. Go to Psalms 19. The 19th chapter, the 7th verse. This is what the mighty Yah said. The law of Yahweh is perfect. Yahuwah's law is perfect. And it's so perfect, it'll take a man that learned a bad behavior called homosexuality. Because he was raised by two men, a young man, and he learned that bad behavior. But the mighty Yah's law is so perfect, it'll convert him. And do what the mighty Yah said and go look for a wife. Because it's not good for man to be alone. It'll convert him. The law converts sinners. And all of us were sinners. And all of us still probably is some sinners. Commit sin. But we done lessen them. Hopefully we done got rid of some of those old bad habits. We done cut off back on some of those things that we used to do. We got the pork ribs out the house. We got the catfish, lobster, and shrimp out. We don't covet no more. You know, that's a violation of the law. We don't steal no more. It's many things. We don't wear mingled garments. Now we got to wear 100%. We got to wear fringes, azizis, with the ribbon of blue, of course. So as we growing, as we learning as an Israelite, our nationality, then it's a process of growing. And everybody, like I said, don't grow at the same pace. Sometimes y'all might have to boost you up. And you gotta pump it up a little bit more, son, daughter. And sometimes things may happen in your life to scare you half to death, to let you know, y'all think, hey, get it together. Especially you living in a time that's short. It's short. But this law is perfect. Perfect. Now I want to deal with this with my Muslim brothers, because I don't put nothing in the books. I didn't write these books. I didn't write this so-called Old Testament, New Testament, Quran. So I want to explore the Quran for the black Muslim today. I'm just going to be brief on it, real brief. And then I want to get into the 400-year prophecy, but I'm going to be real brief. You go to the book of, since you understand now that y'all say don't add to his law is perfect. And of course, the Quran is supposed to be the Torah, as I said, written, just written in the Arabic language. No different laws in it at all. At all. And when I brought this fact out, I was called damn liars, and you a effing liar, and this, that, and these were about Muslims. I'm saying, man, that's how y'all talk? That's how you talk to your brother? They're trying to show you something. All you got to do is prove me wrong. I don't ask for much. Now you got another Quran than what I got, let me know. Because I got 3 different Qurans. And all of them say the same thing. All of them. And I'm going to read this out of the Quran. It's dealing with the dietary law. If you go to Surah 5, and those of y'all that heard this, you'll hear it again. It's Surah 5, and surahs are like chapters. And you got the iyat, and that's the verse. And it's Surah 5. Surah 5. Surah 5. And you all can share this to y'all Facebook posts. Because if I do it, they'll cut me off. They'll shut me down. Because it's too dangerous. They did it on the Sabbath. Well, let me tell you, if y'all do it, they might shut y'all down. So just think about it. But I definitely can't do it. Because they'll shut me down. Because they done shut me down once. They done shut me down, what, 2, 3 times. So I know that's a sign. Leave them alone. But let's go to Surah 5. Surah 5. And let's read Surah 5. We're going to read Iyat 3. Surah 5, Iyat 3. It said, forbidden to you are dead meat, blood, the flesh of swine, and that on which has been pronounced the name of any other deity than Allah. And Allah is not a name, folks. All Allah means is the God. And I asked my Muslim, what's the name of your God? Allah? No. Start over, my brother. What's the name of your God? Allah. No, it is not. You study Arabic language, the, la, definite article. Allah, the God. That's all it means, or the deity. Like Hashem. The Jewish community say Hashem. They say the Father's name is too holy to pronounce. So they don't use it. So they say Hashem, which all Hashem means is the name. The name. But the Father told us to call on his name. Sing unto his name. Praise his name. Glorify his name. Glorify. He said, don't take his name in vain. That's what the law says. And right here, it says, forbidden to you are dead meat, blood, the flesh of swine, and that on which has been pronounced the name of any other deity than Allah, and that which has been killed by choking, or by a violent blow, or by a headlong fall, or by being repeatedly stabbed to death, and that which has been partly eaten by a wild animal, unless you are able to slaughter it in due form, and that which is sacrificed on stone altars. Forbidden also is the division of meats by turning apart with arrows. This is impiety. This day, those who reject faith have given up all hope of your religion. Yet do not fear them, but fear me. This day have I perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and I've chosen Islam for your religion. And that's the problem. The Creator never gave us a religion. I had one Muslim brother ask me, what's your religion? I said, brother, we don't have a religion. We Israelites. We the people that your Quran said, we the people of the book. Then he started laughing. Oh, you don't even know your religion. Then I knew I was dealing with a man that lacked knowledge. I knew I was dealing with a man that lacked understanding or comprehension of what he's reading. Because when you read about the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, The Creator gave us laws, commandments, statutes, ordinance, judgments, commandments. He gave us culture, our own language, not another man's. And we don't even care to take time out to learn our own language. Because when you read the Bible was not written in its original form, or even the state that it's in today is out of shape. Now, what I mean by that, our scriptures was written from right to left, or we read them from right to left, not from left to right. You hear what I said? We read the scriptures from right to left, not left to right. Our books were in order. The Bible is not in order. The books are out of order, and it's done intentionally by the enemy to confuse you when it comes to prophecy. And then we're not reading it, like I said, in our original Paleo language, our tongue. So how do we even know most of the stuff we reading is true? Outside of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. How do we know? How do we know? We only know by the prophecies of the Most High, that they come accurate. Accurate. Do you know how many people's hands is in the Bible? How many times the books were translated? And not only the Bible, I'm talking about the Qurans as well. All of them. So you got to know the history of things. You got to do deep study and research. And a lot of Bibles, you got errors in them. I'm talking about Old Testament. You got errors in the Old Testament. Let me tell you one of the errors. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us is a child born. Unto us is a son given. And the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. I said, hold up. Stop. Let me ask you, y'all, New Testament and Old Testament, how many everlasting fathers is it? Now, my Old Testament brother say, well, that was talking about David. My New Testament brother say, no, that was talking about Yahushua. That's talking about Christ. And y'all both wrong. You're both wrong. And you only say that because you believe that. You've been indoctrinated with that. And you believe that with all your heart and your might, but it don't even read like that from Paleo. Now who want to call in and challenge me on that? It don't read like that from Paleo. That's not the Masoretic text is all jacked up when it comes to certain passages, folks. Now you want to know who it could have been talking about that makes more sense, that's more logical. It said a child is born, a son is given, and I can read it from its original text, and it don't even read like that. But the child that was born, the king that was reigning at that time was King Hezekiah. And the prophet that was prophesied in the time of the prophets that were prophesied in the time of King Hezekiah was Isaiah and the prophet Micah. So when you read about prophecies of Micah 5 and Isaiah 9, thinking they're talking about Christ, they ain't talking about Christ at all. And you got to read the whole chapter when you're dealing with prophecy. And some of you all think some books is last day probably ain't happened yet. That already took place. That happened years ago, during the lifetime of Isaiah the prophet, and some of the kings of Yehudah that it lists, during his time that he lived. But getting back to Surah 5, it said, yet do not fear them, but fear me. This day have I perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and I've chosen Islam for your religion. But if anyone is forced by hunger without any wish to disobey, Allah is truly often forgiving, most merciful. So a Muslim can eat pork if he gets hungry. And that's a fact, because I read it out his Quran. So there's no need for you all to cuss me out, call me a lying ass, you know what, prophet from the pits of hell, when I'm only reading what's in y'all books. Now, either we're going to be humble and grow as a family and work together as a family, and we can all grow together, because not no one man knows everything. Not, you know, say it again, not one man knows everything. And if any leader, any teacher is coming across that he does, he let you know, he already let you know that the spirit of Yah ain't even with him. It ain't winning because Israel, we spread it to the four corners of the earth. It's some. I ain't never met the Limbas. I ain't met the Israelites from the tribe of the Shanti tribe. I ain't met the Israelites from Better Israel. I don't know what level of knowledge that they own. But we think we the only knowledgeable Israelites here within the United States. Are you kidding me? As a matter of fact, the Better Israel, the Israelites in Ethiopia, Kush, they have the Ethiopian Bible. And you know what's in it? The Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, the Apocrypha, a lot of books that's in it. And it's over 700 years older than the KJV. So who's right? Who's wrong? And we focus so much, yeah, I'm taking all questions. Or you can call in with your questions. After I finish my speech, I'll take the question. But we focus so much on debating and arguing. Now I'm looking for the nation of Israel to come together. Regardless if you're a Muslim and I'm an Israelite, regardless if you're a Christian, I'm an Israelite. Because, as I said, when siege is laid on the black community, the European ain't gonna care if you worshiping Christ, if I'm worshiping Yah, if he's worshiping Allah. All they see is an end. Is an end. That's all they see, folks. Whether we want to accept it or not. So we gotta already have our mind prepared with mentally and spiritually, because you gotta be spiritually strong and mentally tough to survive this tribulation that the mighty Yah he's already bringing it, but he's gonna really bring the pain. And you gotta be strong to survive it. A weak man and woman won't make it out of Babylon alive or modern day Egypt alive. You'll get ate up. And I already know because y'all prophesied that only a remnant of his people are going to be saved. Only a small few. So out of years ago, they estimated when they put together King Alfred plan, around 22 or 23 million Negroes, black men, women, and children within the United States. And they estimated the total extermination of all 22, 23 million of us. And this is a remnant right here. I tear this off, this is gonna die. This will be saved. As in the days of Noah, the Creator said, I gave man 120 years to return back to me. And once again, not back to Christ. Christ would never in the picture of the Most High. Every day. Never. Every week. Never. So we got to make our decision what we're going to do. We got to unite, come together, or we're going to stay divided on doctrine. Now, there's nothing wrong with teaching, doing your teaching, and giving your understanding on how the Creator reveal things to you through His Word. But we want to be accurate when we do it. We don't want to add our own personality, our own feelings. We don't want to make up our own doctrines. How one brother tell me, he said, Brother YisraEL, he said, and it's the first time I heard he was an elder. He said, you do know that Yahushua Christ was a eunuch, and Paul was a eunuch. And that's something I just never heard before. I never heard that before. Well, Paul and Christ were eunuchs. So I said, Elder, could you show me that? And he said, son, sit down. You need to sit down somewhere. And I said, Elder, I just want to see what you saying. And then because everything, you a teacher, everything you say got to be backed up by the word of the Most High. I just can't be up here just talking, saying anything. I got to back up everything by documentation. Because documentation be conversation. But what's the question? What's the question that somebody had? Yes. What is the question?
I got the elder said I got something that I want to get off my chest.
You got something you want to get out? Do you want to call in? 513, call in. 513-377-5815. Get it out. Get it out tonight. Get it out. Call in. Because we divided. And I want some advice for y'all out there that listening. How can we come together? So call in. 513-377-5815. whoever the elder was to say he wanted to get it off. You got something to get off. Oh, she. Call in, sister. I'm not one of those Israelites that believe that it's a shame for a woman to speak. I love listening to my sisters. They the queens. They the mothers. And you got to respect your women, your sisters. Their voice need to be heard too. And sometimes our men need to listen to the women in a certain aspect, like King David did. Yes, okay, let's see. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
How you doing? You want to just get off now? Get it out now.
Praise God.
Praise y'all. You got something you want to get off your chest tonight?
Yes, it is, sir.
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay. This is off topic so far, but I want to know, what is your take on this 400 years prophecy? Because,
Oh boy.
you know, we as Israel is ready to leave here. And, you know, I just want to know how you feel about it.
Well, how do you feel about it?
Because I believe it's August, and I don't know if you do or not.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. You believe it's August. August to what?
Well, 19th, 20th, somewhere in there. If you do the math, it equals out to be the 20th.
Okay. All right. You believe August 19th or 20th. Okay. Yes. Let me stop with the Quran and let me deal with that. Let me deal with that.
Thank you.
Yes. You're quite welcome. You can stay on the line or you can just listen. Which one you prefer?
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay, the question I will plan on dealing with that tonight. The 400-year prophecy. So let me deal with that and I'll get back to the Quran. Let me deal with the 400-year prophecy. It is said that 1619, and not only is it said, it's documented, that 1619, that the slave ship came to Jamestown, Virginia. And of course, they documented that. That's history. So I can't argue against that. That's documented history. That's fact. Jamestown, Virginia, 1619. Well, if you start that as your starting point for the first Black Israelites coming to a land of their enemies in 1619, then see that can be where your problem started at. Because there were Israelites that before they came to the United States was taken other places. But Jamestown, Virginia was just one place. But if you start with that, let's go with that. For the blacks here in America, United States, Jamestown, Virginia, 1619. I ain't talking about the ones in Haiti. I ain't talking about the ones in Brazil or other places where they were taken to in England. Let's start with United States, 1619. 400 years from August 19th, 1619. What did that take us to? Do they not take us to August the 19th of 2019? Now, if I'm doing math, and maybe somebody else doing some other type of math. To me, that 400 year was up last year in 2019. But let's say no. Let's say it's this year. It's August the 20th, 2019, the 19th or the 20th of August of 2020. Let's say it then. Well, that remains to be seen. We ain't got there yet. But not to attack anyone, but that is what has been said by certain individuals. That on August of this year, the 20th of 2020, that's the end of the 400 years. But at the same time that I heard that, and I just heard this the other day, and I said, not to attack on anybody, but this is what I heard. We're still going to be here after August the 20th. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody call in and correct me. Because if we are indeed still here after August the 20th of 2020, then my question is this. Is this still going to be the land of our affliction? Are we still going to be under the servitude of the Gentiles? Because you can't tell me, and let me read that. And like I said, most of you read, but you got poor reading comprehension. Go to the book of Genesis, the 15th chapter. Genesis chapter 15. Now, this is what he told Abram. You go to Genesis, the 15th chapter, the 13th verse. He said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve those strangers, serve them, and they shall afflict them. Talking about those strangers shall afflict the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites, for 400 years. And, now what does and mean? And is not a separation from the 400 years. And is in addition to you being afflicted, to you serving the Gentiles. There's not a separation from the 400 years. That's within the confines of the 400 years. He said, and that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. So are we saying that the mighty Yah is not judging this nation as I speak? And he's going to judge them? He's going to start his judging them after we gone? Come on now. Are we reading the same book? He said, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Yes, they appointed time. That's when it was in ancient Egypt. They got their reparations before or after they left out of Egypt? Was it not before they left Egypt? Didn't the scripture say they spoiled the Egyptians? You mean to tell me we're going to receive our reparations when in the wilderness? I need somebody to call in. For all you that believe we're going to the wilderness after the 400 years, we're going to receive our reparations when we get to the wilderness? Is that what's going to happen? Come on now, y'all ain't making sense. Are you telling me the affliction ends August the 20th? But the affliction don't end. Are we still going to be here under the curses of the mighty Yah on August the 21st of 2020? Come on now, call in. Call them, tag them. Tell them to call in. Just get out night. Correct me. Call them. Y'all know. Call them who the people are. Call them. Tell them to call in. And correct me. And straighten me out. And make sense of this. And then we make statements. Well, don't nobody know. So when is the Exodus date? Who could call in and tell me when we are actually leaving? Oh, see, we're going to leave when he judges his nation. When? The 400 years is over. It's stopped. We passed August the 20th. When are we leaving? So you got to watch the signs up. Oh, now we got to watch the signs with the 400 years. Ain't that what I've been telling you all Negroes? See, Brother Yoel teach signs that you got to watch that y'all say it. Now, let me show you the sign that he said that will happen. Because you're looking for 400 years. And that's good to look for something, but look for the signs. Because y'all signs don't lie. You can lie with time dates. You can lie believing what a heathen told you. This is the year of the redeemed. They said the year of the redeemed was 2019. And this would be the year of the redeemed. Okay. I hope it is the year of the redeemed. And I hope it is. I'm pulling for them that it is August the 20th, 2020. But things better speed up. Hell, we ain't even in martial law yet. You ain't even had the skinheads go out here and shoot you Negroes down, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. These militias gonna get unleashed. A lot of stuff ain't occurred yet. So you got a month and a half, a little over a month and a half for it all to take place. All to take place. Those of y'all who prophesied that, and we're gonna deal with that. When you prophesy stuff, what do that mean for you? Not me, because I never prophesied that. Never prophesied that. All I agreed was the 400 years. They asked me, when is it up? I don't know. But this is the problem. Teachers scared. What's wrong with saying you don't know something? Is it our pride as ministers? Is it our pride as leaders and teachers? Somebody asks you a question, I don't know. Or let me study on this a little bit more, because I don't want to be presumptuous. Let me make sure I uncover everything. And I don't have to write nothing and document down. So when people hear me teach something and hold me They're gonna hold me to it. Especially when you're dealing with prophecy. You don't got to document. What document prophecy? What are we talking about today? For there to be a witness against you and what you said. No, what Yoel said in front of those cameras is a witness against me. The Maria is witnessing against me. The heavens witness against what I say. The damn about what I write down got a witness against me. The heavens witness against what we do and what we say. Israel, the Maria got watchers watching the earth, saying he opened up his big mouth. He should have kept it closed. He said that he told the truth. Why he scared to tell the truth? He's scared somebody gonna kill him because he's speaking truth? Let it be. He don't trust that y'all got his life in his hand. He feared man. He feared the Ashkenazites. He feared the Jews. Leave the Jewish man alone. Don't bother them. No, I'm a totally different breed, baby. I'm a totally different animal. I'm compelled by the spirit of the mighty Yah. And he let me know, son, when you teach my word, just teach my word faithfully. Don't care what they talking about, what they saying about you, what they calling you this. They can't back nothing up. Only thing they backing up is their emotionalism. That's all they gonna back up. Can't back up nothing at all. So no, but let me take you to Deuteronomy 18 chapter before I take the next question. But bring them in or call in. Go to Deuteronomy the 18th chapter. Deuteronomy the 18th chapter. Muslims want to jump on me, and I'm teaching them their book. Christians want to jump on me, and I'm teaching them their book, and I don't mind. Bring all the emotionalism that you want to, and I'm gonna show you what Paul said. I'm gonna correct you with what Paul said. Women, if you believe in what Paul said, you want to believe in what Muhammad said, bring what Muhammad said, because I'm gonna show you what he told you. You gotta come to me, and I'm gonna show you what Muhammad told you, Muslims. You gotta come to the Israelites if you want to learn. The prophethood comes to us. It comes to us, the Israelites, the black man and woman prophetess in America. Nobody else. It don't come through no Negro chilling eating preacher like Creflo Dollar. It don't come through Farrakhan. They can teach some truth, but when you're dealing with the totality of truth, the wholeness of truth, you got to get it from the elect seed of the mighty Yah. But I'm going to Deuteronomy the 18th chapter. This is what the mighty Yah said. And in Deuteronomy the 18th chapter, we're going to read in Deuteronomy chapter 18, we're going to read the 15th verse. Yah Elohim will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brother like unto me. This is Moses telling Israel. He's telling our forefathers. Unto him shall you hearken, according to all that thou desires of Yah Elohim and Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of Yah my Elohim, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And Yahweh said unto me, they are well spoken that which they are spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from amongst their brethren like unto thee, Moses, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. That's it. Notice what it said. It said the prophet shall speak unto Yah all that Yah shall command him. The prophet is not to add. He's not to take away from what Yah told him to do or to say. And he said, it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, when he shall speak in my name, I'm going to require it of him. He have got the blood off his hand. And that's the job of all watchmen, to warn Israel from the pending dangers, disasters, the COVID-19. Who's behind the virus? Who's behind the COVID-19? Yeah, the creator. He's behind all of this. He's the one that's killing people everywhere, all over the globe. But y'all want to give 5G the credit. You want to get a white man the credit. You want to get a Chinese the credit. The man y'all said, I do these things. I'll raise. Don't you know what Solomon said? Y'all does. He said, y'all made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. Yes, I'll raise them up. The wicked is estranged from the womb,
As soon as they be born, they go straight speaking lies. Who created Satan? Now, some question like, man, why did y'all need to create Satan for? He created Satan. Is Satan evil? Or is Satan, let me ask y'all, is Satan wicked or is he righteous? Which one is he? Satan is more righteous than us. He does what y'all tell him to do. And what y'all's allowed him to do. He don't go over what y'all told him to do. He does exactly what y'all allows him to do. What y'all commissions him to do. Yeah, go provoke her to act the fool. Go ahead, Satan. Satan does it. Go provoke, cause all kind of chaos, and they count. Y'all do it. It's in Satan. Go, Satan. Go and try people like, not, I won't say people like Joe, because Joe was especially unique and different. I just say y'all will send Satan to go try you to see where you at. To see if you're gonna put anybody before the Most High. He allowed that. He allowed you to be smitten like he did Job with all type of boils. To see if you're gonna curse y'all and then take some radiation. And take some poison in your body. And just damage all your cells. Y'all would try you. Well, you know you might need blood. Now you know you're gonna die if you don't get this blood. And Satan is just doing his job. And he does a great job. And a lot of times we beat him, we win, but sometimes we just lose. And we lose bad. Because he feeds on the spirit. And if you full of anger and hate in your heart, Satan will feed on that. You're the first person he's gonna run to. And you're gonna become his sin master. And he's gonna teach you how to master sin. You're gonna be sitting up daydreaming about what next sin you can get involved with. Oh, I'm thinking about this. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna call her up tonight. Oh, yeah. You done became the great sin master for Satan. So now you, as a disciple of Satan, you're doing his bit, going in and out of every female you can run into as you would a convenience store. And he does the sisters the same way. He put a spirit of boredom on you that you can't keep your legs closed. That's how Satan works. But the critic said in Deuteronomy 18th chapter, he said in verse 21, he said, if thou shalt say in thy heart, how shall we know the word which Yahuwah, the mighty Yah, have not spoken? He said, when a prophet speak in the name of Yah, if the thing follow not nor come to pass, that is the thing that Yah have not spoken. The prophet has spoken it presumptuously. Don't be afraid of him. Don't be afraid of him. And you as a leader, a teacher, when you prophesy something, you better be right. You better make sure you accurate. You better make sure it didn't come from the heathen, you going on that, and that it actually came from Yah. You heard it from the Most High. That you actually heard it from Yah. Let me see who this calling in. Got another caller. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you well. Just get out night. What you gotta get out?
I have a question, beloved.
Yes.
I'm not, praise the mighty Yah, Baruch Hashem Yah. I'm not being funny. I'm just asking a question. This was brought to my attention yesterday by a beloved dear friend of mine. And it's just a question. That's all. I just wanted you to answer it live and kind of expound on it a little bit, if you will. Can you turn to the book of Jeremiah, the 6th chapter, please?
Yes. Yes, I'm there.
And just read one verse, if you will. Verse 16. That's it. Verse 16.
It says, thus saith Yah, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. And for those that are listening, no, I'm not being funny. I'm asking a question. That's all, just a question. Is the King James Version Bible following the old path? Yes or no?
Absolutely not. It's not written in its original form. How do you say this is the old path? Moses then would laugh at this. Joshua then would laugh at this. I just have to tell the truth. They would. They wouldn't know what this is. But it's only through the mercy of the mighty Yah that those of us that speak in this language see this is part of the curse, actually. That we got to actually read to try to get back, to Yah by reading the book in a not even in our own language. And as a result of that, that's why you got confusion when you're dealing with different Israelite doctrines. And one teaching this and one teaching that, because we reading all type of translations. It's not just Masoretic text. You got a lot of different translations, and they're just not accurate. They got errors in it, and it takes a skilled physician to go through all these Bibles, all these books, in order to get close as possible to what's accurate. Because if you're not dealing it from a paleo-linguistic or linguistic language, your original, the language of creation, and then I mean, it's a lot of things that we might be teaching wrong, and y'all knows that. And if you have a sin, you can be forgiven of certain sins of ignorance. But when you prophesy something, you better be right. You better be right.
I'm glad you said that, because that leads me in to my closing statement. I heard my dear beloved, beautiful sister say, she mentioned the 400 years. That tickled my fancy, if you will. When you put all of your eggs, I'm speaking to all the Israelites that surround the world that's going to hear this, that may slip up and find this video in all of our other countries throughout the earth, because we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We just so happen to live in America. But when you come up with a 400-year prophecy, and you say, we're leaving August 2020, what happens is you're only speaking to Israelites here in America. If you are a teacher, you have to expound the way you teach.
Yeah.
You can't continue to teach us here in America. If you're online, which is called the World Wide Web, if a brother in, let's say a brother in Brazil is listening to you give a prophecy about this 400 years, and he knows that 400 years is way past.
Yeah.
How do you think he's looking at you? If you're an Israelite teacher, you need to put titles on it. Say, I'm an Israelite teacher for America. That makes sense to me then.
Yes. Yes.
You're teaching from an American perspective.
Yes. Yes.
But if you say you are a quote unquote moray and you're teaching the masses, you have to study more. Study more. Because I've ran across Ethiopians that if you opened up a King James Version Bible in front of them, they would literally laugh in your face.
Yeah.
They wouldn't pay you any attention. They would consider you very, very unlearned, because all their life they had the book that was given down to them throughout their generations. And they got way more books than we have in our King James Version Bible. And they only have
That's true.
the Old Testament.
Yep. Yep.
They don't have a New Testament at all. But we present people with a Bible with the New Testament. And that's why I ask, when you say, the person that I was talking to had said, and I'm out of here when I say this, the person that I was talking to said that the King James Version Bible is the word of Yah. So I read that scripture in Jeremiah and said, is the King James Version Bible the whole path? And the person said, yes. Well, guess what's in the King James Version Bible?
New
The
Testament.
New Testament.
Yeah.
So is that considered part of the old man?
That's
Did
right.
they know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, we have to be careful. We sound foolish. And I'm not being funny. I'm very serious. I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
We have to be careful who we're talking to,
right,
and who we're teaching.
Yeah.
Everybody, not students. Some people that's listening to you, they're teachers as well. Praise the mighty Yah. Thank you for listening. If you prefer, want to expound on that, I'm glad to listen. Thank you for your call. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Todah, thank you for that phone call. Anyone else would like to call in and get it out? Call in. 513-377-5815. Because this is family night, too. Or let us know what's going on in your city, your state. Let us know what's happening. Is things getting worse, or things like they getting better? But of course, like my brother said, when you teaching a 400-year prophecy, you got to teach this from a Israelite gathered standpoint. Because in Genesis chapter 15, it says that nation whom they shall serve. Now, I'm sure back then, the mighty Yah knew we just wasn't going to be here in the United States, but scattered to the four corners of the earth. So why will we even teach it from an American standpoint when you're dealing with the 400 years? That's my question. Why will we even teach it from a United States standpoint? Are we the only Israelites in the world? No, we scattered. So in Genesis the 15th chapter 13 verse, was he only talking about Judah, who many Israelites claim is the tribe that it is here in the United States? And I know that's a lie. Yehuda is scattered to the four corners of the earth. So you got to be careful when we say certain things, Israelites. But anyone else would like to call in and give your input? Yes.
Question. So is it that if we have to go through more things after the supposed end of the 400 years, then it really isn't over until everything is done. Otherwise, than the done other than the wilderness. And please clarify that.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to help to clarify what you was asking. Who asked the question?
Is an elder.
Elder. Okay. A lot has to take place here before we leave up out of here. And when we leave, when the 400 years is up, when it's complete, this is what the mighty Yah said. And we go to the book of Amos. Go to the book of Amos, the 9th chapter. In Amos, the 9th chapter, the 8th verse, it says, "Behold, the eyes of Yah Elohim are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Yaakov, saith Yah. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel amongst all nations." So when you're teaching, as my brother said, you got to teach from a global standpoint, because this is where Israel was scattered, in all nations. And this is where the mighty Yah said he's going to sift all the Israelites from. But while he sifted, he said, like as corn is sifted in the sea, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. He said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Do we understand what this is saying? He said, all the sinners of my people, while in the gathering of his people, is going to die by the sword, some by ARs, AKs, Glocks, shotguns, getting their head blown off, all type of, maybe born arrows. Maybe someone gonna get their heads beheaded by machetes, or heads gonna get chopped off by guillotines, by his sword. Would say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. The haughty and arrogant, the ones that didn't want to seek Yah, the ones that didn't not want to seek righteousness, the ones that were talking about you don't got to keep no laws in this land. They're going to be given to the sword. All the rebels.
in y'all gathering. And not only when he's gathering his people from the four corners of the earth, if you go to the book of Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, this is prophecy. Ezekiel chapter 20, do what the Creator said. He said in verse 33, he said, as I live, said Yah Elohim, surely with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, with fury poured out, will I rule over you. So this is like a Elohim that is happy with us, that is pleased with our behavior, the way we deal with one another, the way we treat one another, the way we talk to one another. Is this like an Elohim that's pleased with our actions as leaders, don't want to gather themselves together, as mores that don't want to come together and be united because everybody want to be the king. Everybody want to be the chief. Everybody want to be the leader. And all of us going about KJV Bibles. Ain't that something? Most of all of us going by the KJV and we want to be the leader, we want to be the king. It's terrible. Just terrible. And a lot of y'all saying, I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, with fury poured out, with locusts going all throughout East Africa, with fires going all over the place, whether it's California, West Virginia, with whirlwinds, with hurricanes. He said, with fury poured out. COVID-19 virus, it just getting worse, the pandemic. It just getting worse, more people dying. He said, I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Like as I pleaded with your fathers. In the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, said Yah. And I will cause you to pass under the rod and will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from amongst you the rebels. So more people are going to die in the wilderness. Millions going to die here in the United States. And I'm talking about millions. And when you get to the wilderness, millions are going to die in the wilderness. And the Creator said he's going to purge out the rebels and them that transgress against him. And the way you will don't. After we don't escape modern Egypt or Babylon, that we will be so joyous, elated, got our reparations, with the mighty Yah happy and content. But no, because we the same people that they left out of Egypt. Just a different time span. We're going to be complaining. We're going to be remember those TVs, screen TV, because all it takes for the Negro man is just a few days. He forget about everything. Don't even want, a lot of African American people don't even want to remember slavery. They don't. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch nothing movie called A Time to Kill. I don't want to watch no Rosewood. I don't want to watch no Roots. What I want to watch Roots for? I don't want to remember none of that. No, you should be remembering that. You should be watching Rosewood and Roots. Shaka Zulu. You should be watching these movies. But we want to watch everything but that which remind us of where we came from. And when you don't want to acknowledge your history, you're destined to repeat it. It's destined to repeat. That's why the Jews always want to remember the Holocaust. They don't never want that to happen again. But of course, you've been told by your oppressors to forget about slavery. And they tell you, I ain't had nothing to do with it. Hell, we ain't had nothing to do with what Solomon did. We here. That's how y'all work. Your father should have kept my law. You Gentiles, you shouldn't did my people the way you did. And ask a white man why he hates you. Let's ask a European why they hate y'all. A lot of them, they can't explain it. Oh no, I just hate Indians. I just don't like them. I just don't like them. But this is future prophecy, folks. So when you deal with anybody got any questions about the 4 year, any other questions on that? The 4 year prophecy.
Another sister said we need to watch Yah, and we will know when the 400 years are up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, beloved. Go ahead.
And we can't trust the heathen.
Can't trust this heathen.
And even if we trust the date the heathen gave, we still got to watch Yah, and he will still by word right now.
I can't trust this man is known to have a forked tongue. You're going up a date. And like my brother said, you're not looking at the Israelites globally. You're not looking at what happened in Brazil, what took place in Haiti for the Israelites and other parts of the world. You looking at prophecy from an American global standpoint. Israel. And that's dangerous. But let me show you prophecy. Go to Isaiah the 14th chapter. In Isaiah the 14th chapter. Let me read so you can know what prophecy says. It says, for Yah, verse 1, will have mercy on Yaakov or Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Who's taking us? Who's going to be with us in the wilderness? Who's going to come back and get us and aid us? The heathens. You're not leaving out here where a lot of Israelites done left already. They don't went to Ghana and other parts of Africa, but that don't forbid prophecy. They don't forbid prophecy. You leaving out, when I'm leaving, I want the gold. I want the silver, the gold. I want my 40 acres in the mule. And the critic said, this heathen, and you don't got to go out and grab them. They're going to come to you. Because they're going to say, we have heard that Yah is with you. And we want to survive this. We want to survive this Russia and then other nations destroying this land. We don't want to be here when that takes place. So we want to take y'all up out of here. We want to aid y'all back home. And they're going to take us, and look what it says. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yah for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So this is one prophecy. Let me take you to another prophecy. Go to the book of Isaiah, the 60th chapter. Go to Isaiah 60. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yah is risen upon thee. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Yes, darkness. The people don't know why this land is being plagued. The heathen don't know. He really don't. The black man don't know, African American Negro. They don't know why it's happening globally. But you know who do know? The Israelites. We know why it's happening. And in every place we are at is going to be plagued. Because the mighty Yah said, I'm going to punish my son. I'm going to punish my daughters. And the result of me punish my sons and daughters, the other nations going to be affected by it. They're going to be affected by it. But this is what he does. He uses pestilence. He used the sword. He used the noisome beast. These are the elements that Yah used. And not only to punish Israel, because Israel is his son. They're going to get punished the worst. The other nations are going to get their punishment because they sin as well. They have rules and regulations about the laws of the mighty Yah they got to live with. Now, is it law for a European not to eat swine? No. He can eat a dog and he ain't broke the law. He can eat rabbit. He can eat laughing hyenas. The Europeans, they ain't broke no law. They ain't sin. Because the mighty Yah said everything that moveth shall be meat for you. He told Noah that in the book of Bereshit. But I believe that Noah didn't eat meat. I can't prove it. I believe that Noah didn't eat no pig because he was the righteous. Like Abraham. Do you think Abraham ate pig? You don't see the law of swine back then. Only that everything that moves shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb, the mighty Yah said, I gave you all things. He was speaking to mankind collectively. But the righteous took hold of his commandments and unto his laws. Just like Enoch. Now, you only read about circumcision when it came to Abraham. Because Abraham was 90-something years old before he got circumcised. So we can conclude that maybe Because we can assume that nobody before Abraham was circumcised. But it was a man called Enoch. Now Enoch was taken up to the heavens to be with Yah. Now will Yah take an uncircumcised man up into the heavens to be with him? When the Creator said in the book of Ezekiel, the 46th chapter, he told the children of Israel, don't bring no stranger uncircumcised in heart or in flesh to be in his sanctuary. But yet will we think that Enoch will be taken up into the heavens to be with Yah and minister to the angels and will be uncircumcised when all the angels are circumcised according to the scriptures? The angels are circumcised, folks. I know you didn't know that because you one bookers. You just KJV. You're like my two bookers. It's just New Testament, Old Testament. Just New Testament, KJV, and Old Testament. So I deal with one bookers and I deal with two bookers. And your knowledge becomes limited. When you're dealing with me, it becomes real limited. So if you're comfortable with that, don't want to grow, don't want to learn no more, stick with what you know. And teach little baby lessons. Stick with little baby lessons. But if you want to expand your knowledge and expand your wisdom, you're going to have to go out because it's other information outside of your Bibles. You think this is the all end of knowledge? No, it is not, folks. I asked Israel this question this past week. And I'm gonna show y'all, let me read this first. Then I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna show you something. In Isaiah the 60th chapter. This is what the Creator said. I'm gonna expedite. This is what he said in verse number 8. He said, who are these that fly as a cloud and as doves to their windows? Surely the owl shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring our sons from far, their silver and their gold with them. Now, what am I doing looking, running back to Ghana, when it was prophesied that the ships of Tarshish is going to be the first ones to come with the reparations? The ships of England, Britain, because that's one of the places the Israelites was taken to first, before they came to America, folks. England, Great Britain. And the ships of Tarshish are going to be the first ones that's going to come and take us back. They're going to aid us back on our way back. But like I said, we got something going to take place in that wilderness before this happened. And I'm getting to see something as I speak. I'm beginning to see something while I'm speaking. I can't let y'all know right now because I don't want to be presumptuous. But I'm seeing something dealing with these prophecies. Something that one of my brothers believe. I ain't gonna mention his name, and I'm beginning to see it. I'm beginning to see something. But this is prophecy, and the ship's gonna come and take us. We're gonna be aided by the heathens, the Gentiles, and a mixed multitude once again gonna be with us in the wilderness. Now let me show you something that I said this past Shabbat, and let you know that everything is not written in the book. Go to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Everything is not written in this book. And, it says it right in the Bible. Right in the Bible. You go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Let me show y'all this. And I only noticed this out of all the time I've been reading this. It really stood out to me the other day on the Shabbat. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, look what he says in verse number. We're gonna start at 60. It said, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee, and every sickness and every plague, which is not written in this book of the law. So y'all say he's gonna bring plagues and sicknesses on us that's not even recorded in the scriptures. Now, what else is not recorded in the scriptures? Huh? Oh, in this book that you call your Bibles. Huh? You got things recorded in the book of Yasher that y'all don't even know about because you don't read it. You call it the book of the upright. That's the book of Job. You call it the book of Job. How could the book of Yasher be the book of Job? That's totally impossible. And Yah speaks in the book of Yasher. And you will learn about the Byzantine Empire when you're reading about in the book of Yasher. You will learn about how Esau, who's a black man, red man. Should I say red man? Because the book say red, ruddy. They had a twin brother named Yaakov. And both of them was men of color still. They weren't European. The Europeans came from the descendants of Japhet. Esau married two black African mothers. He married, I believe, an Ishmaelite and a Hittite. Two African women. One Arab woman through Ishmael, the Ishmaelites. And they mingled. So when you're dealing with the mingling of these tribes back then in those days, they all mixed up. Esau mingled in with Ishmael. So y'all, we argue and debate over things that's really fruitless. And the Japhet mingled with Esau to form one empire. Japhet, see, the Europeans, the Caucasians, they mingle with Esau, like the Caucasians mingle with our people in slavery. That's why we look like a speckled bird today. And a speckled bird is what the Creator called a peacock. It's a bird of many colors. Let me back that up. Go to the book of Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah, I believe it's the 7th chapter. He called us a speckled bird, or 12th chapter. Let me find it. I believe it's Jeremiah, the 12th chapter. Let's see. Yeah, go to Jeremiah, the 12th chapter. Do what the mighty Yah said about us. In Jeremiah, the 12th chapter, the 9th verse, that my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about her are against her. All the birds are against us, the Koreans, the Chinese, the Japanese. You name it, all the birds. The European bird, white birds. And we got all these nations against us that confederated to destroy us, to cut us off, even African nations, black nations. And yet, we all that we got, and we can't come together. We can't love each other. You don't always have to argue with somebody or debate over the so-called Bible. And while we debate over the Bible, we dying in the streets. While we marching and protesting, that ain't solved a daggone thing. We've been doing that for almost 400 years. How that stop 100 shootings in Chicago? Huh? How that stop the Yah's wrath of the so-called COVID-19 virus? All that marching and voting did do is make y'all more angry. He said, I got to turn it up some more. I got to get their attention. So we are a speckled bird. So and Brother Yoel I might run into a person that looks almost white. But if they got the spirit to serve y'all, to keep y'all commandments, do y'all laws, hey, they family. Their God is my God. They serve Elohim that I do. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those Israelites that say you stay back. And like I told y'all, some of us Israelites want to be the judge of the earth. We want to be in the seat of the Most High. If y'all took us into heaven, we'll say, Yah, you get out the seat. That's my seat. That's how arrogant we are. That's how bold we done became. That we could tell somebody who's going to hell and who's going to heaven, who's gonna burn and who's gonna be the so-called lake of fire, and who's gonna sprout rings and go up to the Most High. We so bold and arrogant now. It is sad. It is truly sad. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back to the homeland. And like I said, I'm saying it again. If it wasn't for the Creator's mercy, I wouldn't be here. But someone so bold and arrogant enough, we think we deserve to be here. None of us deserve to be here. All of us, I'm sure, don't violate the law. Don't commit sins worthy of death. I'm talking about a capital punishment since we've been in the knowledge. But we know what we do? We love to do this and rush judgment on people. And if I do it, if I ever did it, I'll apologize. That's why I say I never call any of my brothers false prophets. I just teach what the book say. And I'm always there to show him mercy. Say, brother, he spoke presumptuously. He made a mistake. Don't let it happen again. Repent from that. Humble yourself and just admit you was wrong. Don't try to hold on to a lie. Be a man. Y'all looking for men. And once you're able to humble yourself, repent like David. David didn't pass the buck. Y'all sent the prophet Nathan unto him and gave him that parable. And because they pronounced judgment on his own self, he said, the man that did that, what you talking about, Nathan, he's worthy of death. Nathan said, you that man. And the Most High told our whole nation, we that people. You want to laugh at me destroying Sodom and Gomorrah? Yeah, you was right to do it. Whole nation of Sodomites, kill them. Kill them, faggots, kill them. Yeah, but we done worse than the people in Sodom and Gomorrah. We done worse. What's the mercy at when it comes to Israelites? And I'm going throughout looking, man, ruthless, heartless, no mercy at all. And the one thing that I found is greater than Yah's law. And I thought I'd never find anything greater than Yah's law. But it is one entity, one thing that I even found greater than Yah's law. And that is his mercy. That is the Father's mercy. Because without it, we wouldn't even be breathing. The things we eat today, we shouldn't be living. And a lot of us are living on borrowed time. We are living on it. Y'all say, yeah, I decided to wake them up, give them another chance, give them another day. But within every morning, every new day, his mercies is renewed. And all we got to do as a people is humble ourselves and admit that we don't know it all. But y'all, we need help. We need help. I'm praying for you to intervene, that you don't destroy us all. Humble ourselves, repent, stop doing what we're doing, and turn back to Yah to the best of our ability. Yes, question?
Elder, let me ask this pertaining to our beloved brother. He said, and I gathered from what he said, that 400 years for us may be over for our brethren. Correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't Yah perfect? So 400 years is 400 years. He didn't separate it according to where we are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're going to go by that 400-year prophecy, that's for all the Israelites where we were scattered to. That's why I said, you don't know when y'all started this count. The first slave ship or the last slave ship. And it's looking more clear that he didn't start with the first slave ship. That's what I'm gathering from it. But many of us think he started from the first slave ship when we going, because we Israelites in America, and we going by 1619. Well, they ain't going by no 1619 in Britain. They ain't going by no 1619 in Brazil. And other parts of the globe, they ain't using that date. So yes, when you're dealing with the 400 years, unless, let me say this, unless that wasn't talking about us at all. Unless that 400 years was talking about Egypt. Unless that was talking about ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet. Because that's the only thing that I can conclude. That it was talking about Egypt. And ours was based on the conditions of Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Of 30th chapter rather, of turning back to Yah. That's the only way you conclude it. Or that was an error, a bad translation, and that has caused confusion. Because something is wrong. It's not adding up. So I got to conclude now, and I'm going to hold on to it that it is talking about the Israelites of the day. But I'm concluding that it's going by the last slave ship and not the first. That's my conclusion. And when did the last slave ship come? I gotta check that out. I gotta research that. Yes, any other questions?
Valerie Williams. Zechariah 2:6. Why did Yah tell us to flee from the land of the north? Please give me some understanding.
Zechariah, let me go there, beloved sister. Zechariah chapter 2.
Yeah, 2:6.
Okay, let me go there. Because he said the same thing in Jeremiah about fleeing out of Babylon. Let me go to Zechariah chapter 2. Verse. He said Zechariah 2:6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read Zechariah chapter 2. It said, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a shadow, before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you. before the day of Yah's anger come upon you. Seek Yah, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon and desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of the Cherethites. The word of Yah is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant. And the sea coast shall be dwellings and cottages for shepherds, and folds for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon, in the house of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening. For Yah their Elohim shall visit them and turn away their captivity. Well, I didn't see what it said. Let me see if I find it. I didn't see what it said. Flee.
Yeah.
I didn't read where it said flee out. But I do read what it said in the book of Jeremiah. Flee out of Babylon in many passages in the book of Jeremiah. But we got to understand when we're dealing with that. Babylon, when y'all told us to build your houses, plant gardens, in the book of Jeremiah 29, chapter 4th verse. To do those things when we go into Babylon, that was for Babylon. And then when it was told to flee out of Babylon, that was Babylon. That was Babylon. I'm going by the prophecies. See, when I'm dealing with the prophecies of Israel today, we scattered. In Babylon, we was all together. Like in Egypt, we was all together. But today, we are scattered to the four corners of the earth. So when the Yah talking about gathering us, when he talking about fleeing out of Babylon, that's not talking about Israelites today, because we are scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's why I took you to prophecies where he talking about gathering his people from the four corners of the earth. These are different prophecies. You can't use one prophecy as a universal language for all prophecies when it comes to us being in captivities. You can't do that. So what I read where y'all deal with about Babylon or the daughter of Babylon, you got to read everything and make sure it's in a proper context. But of course, Isaiah 60, he said the ships of Tarshish shall bring us home. That is the last day prophecy, that we're going to come with wealth, our reparations, to beautify the sanctuary of the Most High. And let's go back there, because I'm going to finish up reading this in Isaiah the 60th chapter. And this is what it says in Isaiah the 60th chapter. Look what he says later on in this chapter. In verse 10, he said, and the sons of the stranger shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring the forces of the Gentiles. And we still going to have wealth coming to us. And that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee, Israel, not Christ, but us, Israel, they shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Then y'all talking about how he's going to beautify the place of his sanctuary. And he said, verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. That's what they prophesied to lick up the dust of our feet. In the book of Isaiah, the 49th chapter. And he said, they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. We the Mount Zion of the Most High. We that mountain that can't be moved now. We all unified. The watchmen all see eye to eye. We all recognize that all days begin in the morning. Not one day begin at evening. We all recognize the fact that the Passover can only be kept in Jerusalem, nowhere else. The Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of Tabernacles can only be kept in the land.
Now we recognize all that together as watchmen, as servants of the mighty Yah. We all singing the same song and dancing the same dance. And he said, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. And thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and it shall suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I, Yah, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer of the mighty one of Jacob. You're gonna be so overwhelmed with all the wealth that's gonna come your way. Gold bracelet, gold watches. And I'm talking about real gold, not nothing plated. Gold chains. Look, you think you know how to look like kings and queens? Oh no. You thought it was something when the Queen of Sheba came to see Solomon, and she seen his ministers, how they was garbed. They weren't looking like no cowboys and Indians on a Shabbat day. They was robed and garbed. They seen the sisters with the head wraps, with the beautiful locks. The brothers with the locks. Dark-skinned brothers, brown-skinned brothers, light complexion brothers came in all shades. Cause they the speckled bird. And the women came in up, they was all colors, they were looking beautiful. When the Queen of Sheba came and she seen Solomon, how they dressed, they wasn't wearing pants hanging down off their butt. The women weren't wearing clothes showing their breasts, but they was all rolled up, dressed beautiful, modestly. And she had no more breath in her. Saw Solomon going up with picking the tongue of the fathers, communicating the tongue. Everybody taking orders. Ain't nobody talking back to the king like they do today. Talk back to their minister, argue with their ministers, to their leaders, instead of doing what wisdom say. This, hey, do what you gotta do. But everybody's in order. She saw order. In Israel, we're so undisciplined today, we don't know order. And we got to get back to order, righteous order. And there was no more spirit in her. And this was going to happen. This was going to return back to. They got to know who the kings and the queens of the earth is. And the whole world going to know why we were sent into exile because of our sins. And the Most High was punishing us. Oh, yes, you have another question?
Yes, Elder does. He says, so Murray, are you saying because you know how our people can be, clarify what you meant about the 400-year prophecy that we read about may not be for us now, and if that's what you are saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me say it again for those that may be tuned in. And then with the 400 years of Genesis, of Bereshit, Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 and 14. When we read that prophecy, we got to take it, be honest with ourselves. Either it's talking about Egypt or it's talking about America, United States. So we say. Now, we just say it's talking about the United States, then I automatically know that we're wrong. Because Israelites were scattered to the four corners of the earth. So we got to take that 400 years for all the nation of Israel. Y'all didn't bring a bunch of Negroes out of the land and just sent them to the United States. A bunch of Israelites just sent them to here. He sent us all over. Some Israelites are other parts of Africa. They are scattered to other parts of the motherland. So if we're going to use Genesis chapter 15 and say that nation whom they serve without judge, then we say, oh, we talking about United States. Or we're going to use 1619 Jamestown, Virginia as a starting point. Then we wrong. We are erring. I want somebody to call in that believes that. That believes that the 400 years is only talking about 1619 Jamestown, Virginia, about the Israelites here in America. You believe that? You call in. You call me. You call me. Just get it out, get it out tonight. This ain't the Shabbat. Get it out. And what I'm saying is, they let me know. If it's talking about the Israelites, and I know we scattered to the four corners of the earth, slavery been up in Brazil years ago. should I say? The 400 years been up, not slavery. Because slavery, we still servants and being afflicted wherever we were scattered at. So, but they said the 400 years been up over there. And in other places, Britain, whatever, England, it's been up. 400 years been up in other places of the earth. But we still here. They still there. And the Israelites still waiting on us to come home. To the motherland, they said, come on, brother, we got a place in you in Ghana. Come on home, brothers, Ghana. It's the place to come. Come on. And I'm saying, no, I'm not leaving here without my 40 acres. I'm not leaving according to prophecy. We can't go on our own strength and leave this land. I would just be going, if I leave here, hear me out, y'all. Be patient. If I leave here, if I took an airplane ticket and left here and flew to Ghana to me personally, they'd be like spitting in the Creator's face. Because I don't trust in his word. And he let me know, son, Yoel, you can't run from me. You can't run from my curses. You can't run from my wrath. He said, Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is not just here in the United States. Yaakov is spread it abroad, four corners of the earth. We got to get that in our thick skull. So as my brother was saying, when we talk to Israelites, we got to talk to the world. I got to talk to my brothers in Ghana. I got to talk to my better Israel brothers. They can understand me, the Phalashas, and better Israel. I got to talk to the Limbas. I got to talk to my Ashanti brothers. I got to talk to all Israel. If they can pick me up by YouTube or Facebook, I got to talk to them. If they can understand the language that I'm speaking. Now, if they can't, if they speak in a different dialect, different language, yeah, I got hunters and fishers for that. He got brothers that speak Arabic, Israelites. He got Israelite teachers that speak Chinese. He got Israelite teachers that speak French. He got Israelite teachers that speak in every language. Better be known that we were scattered to every nation that we are under. He's going to send a messenger in the language that the people can understand. See, it does me no good to get up here and start speaking to y'all Paleo Hebrew. Don't understand it. Hell, I ain't grasped it all yet. I'm still learning it. I'm still learning it. And it's not hard to learn, but you got to have somebody to teach you it or learn from a teacher that knows it. But we got to communicate in a language that we can understand. Now, in my teaching, and I'm going to get back to it, in my teaching out of the KJV, and sometimes I teach out of Septuagint. Sometimes I teach out of Tanakh. Sometimes I teach out of my Israelite Samaritan Torah, but y'all never know it. And sometimes you might hear me read something that's not in your book. Like, for instance, Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4 and 5. It say, who has ascended up into heaven or descended? Who had gathered the wind in his fist? What is his children's name? What is his name and what is his children's name? If you can tell. It don't say what is his son's name, folks. Not from original language. But you read that from a Masoretic text standpoint. And everybody argue over who's the son is. Is he talking about Christ or is he talking about Israel? Well, if you read it in the proper context, from the original tongue, you will see it says the children of Israel. Just like in the book of Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, I believe. When it says, when he separated the sons of Adam and set the bounds according to the numbers of the people, he did it according to not the children of Israel, but the sons of Elohim. He's talking about the angels, because an angel is over every nation upon earth. Folks, it has an angel over it. If you study prophecy in the book of Daniel, you will see this. And angels fight. They fight. They was fighting in the book of Daniel. If you studied it, you read it. One angel said, I was restrained by this warrior, this water warrior angel. The Yah in his heavens, he got rank. He got captains, he got lieutenants, what they call SARS. In martial arts, he got captains, lieutenants. He got different rank in the heavens. Chief angels. Michael, he's a chief angel. Gabriel supposed to be one of the chief, but this angel that was fighting in the book of Daniel, he said, man, this angel was kicking my butt. And I was restrained. And lo, Michael, the great prince, was standing for the children of our people. He had to come and help me. He had to help me do battle. But y'all don't even know the realm of the heavens, what goes on in the heavens. What goes on in the heavens goes on earth. It's spiritual warfare. You got lion spirits in the heaven. You got Satan roaming.
You got so much going on. So when I taught the lesson, even dealing with the art of war, most of you only know warfare by picking up your gun. Not realizing I could kill you with this pen in my hand. You stand right in front of me, and a man with a knife, if he's 6 foot away, 7 foot away from a man with a gun in his holster, and he's skilled, he's a SEAL. He'll cut that man with that gun throat so fast before he even get the gun out the holster. Folks, so when you're dealing with warfare, the art of war, you got to know war. And your man that you amongst, this European, he knows war. He studies war. Blow your brains out 2 miles away. Don't have to come in. Got night scope vision. See what's in your house. See you naked walking around. And of course, your phones and your computers, they watching you if you don't cover them up. Your TV watch you if you don't unplug it. This man got so many ways of tracking you and watching you and seeing you. It's pitiful. And let me share this with y'all. When y'all going out staying in hotels in different places, best be known, these hotels watch you. They got cameras in the room. And they see what's going on with you. You may be in there enjoying your wife, and she may be enjoying you. And they just sitting in a little back room, just the pervert just looking, smiling, laughing. That stuff goes on. And everything I tell you they put in the movies, it's better believe it, it's going on in the wicked world that we living in. So this is Get It Out night. Y'all call in and help me out. Let's talk. We family. I won't get mad at y'all. We just sharing views. So I know some of y'all are you frustrated at Israelite company. One thing that we experts in doing, and that's arguing, fighting, and I ain't gonna say the other F word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We good at that. Yes. I told I'm gonna try to restrain myself when I'm teaching. And now, when we real good at that, we do that real good at it. Fight, fuss, and I ain't gonna say the last one. I'm gonna keep that in. Yes, I'm all right. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, let's move on. What's the next question?
This still pertains to the elder. She said anything pertaining to this. She said any pertaining to this captivity.
Any pertaining to this captivity? What you mean?
For she was like, are you saying because our people can be you meant about the 400-year prophecy, read about it, is that for us now?
Yeah, the 400-year prophecy. I truly believe it is for us now. I truly believe it. But
So
until y'all
to this captivity,
it's for the 400 years. No, not just for this captivity. It's for all where our people were scattered at. That's why I perfectly say I don't believe y'all start with 1619 though. No, because the other Israelites, it started before 1619 in other places. So it got to start with the last. It got to start with the last slave ship or when he started his count. I can't go by H.R. Bill or what they want to call it the year every day. I can't go by what these heathens say. I can't trust in that. And my brothers is seeing that too. All you who's saying August the 20th, 2020. Now we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna revisit this. But if August the 20th, 2020 pass, then what? Then what we gonna say? Then what we gonna say? Because some of them is already saying that that's the end date, but we're still gonna be here. Well, that couldn't be. That couldn't be true. Because when you're dealing with Yah's prophecy, he's exact. He's accurate. We did not stay another day in ancient Egypt. We left off that same day. You don't read about our people staying another year in Babylon. Yah said 70 years that I'm going to break the yoke. And he anointed King Cyrus, commissioned Israel to go back and build the temple. Now, if you see that, if you see Trump on August the 20th, 2020 say, hey, we've been unfair to the Negro. We ain't been right. And I'm a known racist. But the Elohim, because he said he was the chosen one. If y'all didn't hear it, he said he's the chosen one. And if he come out and say, it's time for us to apologize for slavery, and give these people what they've been long overdue. So you don't know how y'all will use people or use men. If he's able to soften King Nebuchadnezzar's heart, y'all use who we want to use to get his glory. If he's able to harden Pharaoh's heart and do his work, he can harden a man's heart, he can soften a man's heart. But if Trump gives that declaration, then you know it fills right in with prophecy. 2020, Trump said it's time for y'all to get up out of here. We're gonna send some people to aid y'all wherever y'all want to go to, but it's gonna be orchestrated by the Messiah and by the Messiah. I gotta say that I can't leave him out. And let me let the world know as I speak. Let me let all Facebook and YouTube know if this is truly the 400-year, the last year of our captivity, for it's us being here, and y'all is using, he waiting on us. Although the other ones is up, they 400 years been up, but we the last one. So this is the last place the slave ship came, 1619. Then if that's so, let's go with that logic. If that's so, and 2020 is the day, then let it be known. I'm let the world know as I speak. The Messiah got to be amongst us all. He got to be. Got to be. Because he's the one that's prophesied that all the 12 tribes will be united under the Messiah. I'm not going to argue tonight who the Messiah is, because I ain't trying to argue or debate with nobody on that. But I want y'all to get it out for us coming together and for what y'all see in the times that we living in. Yes. Question?
Jessica Cobb, it also say, and that nation will I judge, and we are scattered among many nations. So that's something to think about.
Yes, sister, that's what I'm saying. It said, and that nation whom they served out there. No, we said when he prophesied that nation is only talking about United States. Why would he tell Abraham that? And only speaking about us here in America. We know our brothers and sisters are scattered. It don't make sense. Not logical. So we got to take it one or two ways. And right now, I'm seeing if I'm personally going to take it that Genesis 15 and 13 is talking about this time we living in. He's talking about all Israelites scattered and here. All of us. And the 400 years, dealing with the 400 years, that's been up though. When other places, it's been up. Got to admit that. It's been up. So, as I said, only I conclude from it that was talking about ancient Egypt. I ain't scared to say that. That was talking about ancient Egypt. Because the logic, the math ain't adding up. Now, y'all can try to add, do math, twist math, make things out, try to make sense out of no sense. I don't do that. I don't do that. No need to do that. But then some brother could question me, well, brother, how can you say they were talking about ancient Egypt? It said, according to the scriptures, we was in Egypt for 430 years. Then I said, what book are you reading? I got them reading the KJV. That's why. And that's why. Because we wasn't in Egypt for 430 years. Not from older scriptures. We was only in ancient Egypt for, my goodness, a good maybe 215 to 20 years. At the most. At the most. So we got to consider some things, Israel. But I'm waiting on that day. We still got time to go, y'all. We still got time to go. But when it passes, then what are we gonna say? Because I know it's already been said today that's we still gonna stick by it. It's still the date. But we don't know when the Exodus is gonna take place. Well, that's the date. The 400 years has ended, but we don't know when the Exodus date is. Good gracious almighty. Ain't making no sense at all. And we still here on August the 21st catching hell. We still here August the 22nd getting my brains blown out by the police. We still here September the 9th getting murdered in the streets by our own brothers. But this ain't the land of our affliction no more. The 400 years say, for 400 years, you're going to be afflicted and you're going to serve your enemies. Oh, but I guess we still ain't going to have to go to the white man to pay a water bill. Is that what y'all saying? We still ain't going to have to pay no gas and electric bill. Is that what y'all saying? We still don't have to go to our enemies for one of all things as according to the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. But the 400 years has ended. The affliction has ended. The servant has ended. Is that what we're saying? No, please don't do that. Don't say that. Because now we look real bad as teachers. Let's say we don't know. Let's say y'all help us. And I always told leaders and teachers this, and all Israelites this. I said, we focusing so much in on the date instead of focusing in on getting our houses together, getting ourselves together. We tore up on the floor. Who's ready for y'all to come knock on their door and say, come in, Father? Who ready to admit that on Facebook, on YouTube? Put a thumbs up. You ready for the king to come and knock on your door and to come in and inspect your house? Your spiritual house. Who's ready for that? Are y'all ready for that? No, because we know our houses is filthy. Our thoughts is perverse. We claim to keep a Yom Kippur Day of Atonement. And our thoughts ain't even right. Going into it or coming out on it. We return back to the same sins that we committed the year before. And we don't even take that seriously. We put on all the sackcloth and fast, but ain't no changes, really. Where the changes at? See, the change come when you can look your brother, you can call your brother, you can say, brother, I'm sorry. I apologize for what I said to you. Would you pardon me? Because y'all is the only one that could be able to sin. But we don't even take the Yom Kippur serious. But who's ready for the Most High to come knock on their door and inspect it? I say, oh boy. And I'm cleaning. I'm constantly cleaning. I got to work on my temper. And I don't know, because of my sickness that's causing me to have a temper. I don't know. It could be. But I'm real short tempered nowadays. Short tempered. And that's not good. That's not good at all. And I could admit it to y'all, to show y'all, to let y'all know I got faults. I got stuff I got to work on. And my short temper is one. I used to have more patience when I was younger than I do now. I don't know. They say when you get older, you got less patience. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seemed to be fitting me. Because less BS, I can't put up with too much right now. I can't tolerate a lot. So this is get out night for me. This is get out night for y'all. Yes.
Okay, elder, I take it that if they don't treat us right, they won't teach us right. But she also said the dates is wrong. What we do know is that it's coming and possibly soon.
Yes. Well, I can't say August the 20th, 20th is wrong yet. It ain't got here yet. They might be right. Whoever said it, they might be right. But I know I'm looking at prophecy, and it don't. Like I said, we ain't even. I'm not looking for a martial law. I'm not looking forward to that. But I know they planning on doing it. That's why they opening stuff up, get everybody out, and now it's done spread it. And I know this man got an agenda. He got an agenda to vaccinate all of us, to put something in us. His agenda, Bill Gates and all these hierarchy people. And they want to back, and our faith going to be tested. Either you take the vaccination or you ain't going to have a job. Either you take this vaccination or your children ain't going to school. Because now we in cold red now, the nation's saying. And we got to protect our people and everybody from you. And if you ain't willing to take this vaccination shot, don't come knocking on my door and tell me, can you work today? No. Show me your vaccination papers. Y'all think it ain't going to come to that? I see this all coming. I'm not prophesying that, but I can see that coming. And I can see if they go to total shutdown, it ain't going to be no essential businesses open. It's going to be the whole, everybody is in quarantine. And not for no 14 days. It's until the virus dies down. I don't know if it'll be a month, 2 months. We might be stuck in martial law for 6, 7 months, according to how long y'all want it. And now what that mean? I can't go out my house for until he tell me to. Now, do we think our people gonna listen to that? No food. I can't go to the store. What I'm gonna do? What do you expect me to do? We gotta eat. I got babies here. The hell they expect us to do? Well, they expect you to start eating on one another. That's what they expect you to do. Start looking at your daughter, your son, say, look good. Yeah, we fed you good. Oh yeah, today we're gonna boil your tail in this pot, and tomorrow we're gonna go and knock on the neighbor door. They say we're gonna join and we're gonna boil your baby today. We headed toward those times, folks. Troublesome times. A time like never has been since there was a nation. And we don't want to come together as a people today. See, I come together with my Messianic Israelites. I can. I don't know about y'all, I can. I can come together with my Muslim brother. I can come together with my Christian brother. We got all be in the house together. You got one door, you guard that door. You guard that back entrance. You guard that door. Because when it comes down to it, when the enemy move on us as a people, he ain't gonna care who's in the house. He's not gonna care about that. So I suggest y'all join on to your own, people you feel confident in. You can trust. Because you just can't let anybody in your house. But you better start thinking about living together, being together with one another. Like Julio. That's why you know the Mexicans couldn't be Israelites. How you could get 30 of them in one house. And they end up, hey, Holmes, yeah, you can have some cereal, my cereal too, Holmes. See, they ain't gonna be argo who drunk over the milk, who left the empty milk carton in the refrigerator. Holmes, we go buy some more, Holmes. We go together, we family, Holmes. I know I ain't dealing with the Israelites. You get 2 Israelite, 3 Israelite families in the house, all hell break loose. All hell break. Man, you'll be looking at my wife, bro. You'll be looking at my wife, bro. You'll be looking, bro. I see you when she was switching in front of you. I always stop going on in Israel. Can't live together. Can't do nothing together. Yes.
Elder. Well, if they are right, a lot of things is getting ready to happen, which anything is possible with y'all doing it.
Yes.
And then she also said, believe it or not, we're still having good times.
Yeah.
Those labor pains y'all speak of ain't no joke.
Yeah, those labor pains. And that's what he said, our deliverance is going to come. As a woman in trouble, a woman in pain. And the closer you get to delivery, the harder the pains. They start them contractions start hitting. And now that child, boom, it come. Oh boy, relief. She's relieved. That child came forth. She said, oh boy. Whew, it's over. And we ain't seen it yet. We feeling the pain. And the unemployment lines is in certain cities is long. Like people sleeping overnight, getting in the unemployment lines early. Don't know when the next check gonna come in the mail. Praying that they get a second stimulus check. Don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna either pay the bill to keep their rent going or buy some food or have money for gas. Don't you know people going through that? Having a choice to make. If I'm gonna buy some food, I gotta put some money in my gas tank. What I'm gonna do? I got babies here. Or I can't make it to work today. I gotta call off. What are people going through? Call in and get it off your chest. Call in 513-377-5815. Because I brought out that one surah in the Quran. Because I brought up the fact that Muslims want to jump on me. And I'm just reading what's in the Quran. Allah told them that they can eat pork. He told Muslim man you can beat your wife if you fear she's disloyal. He told Muslims, matter of fact, any black man reading a Muslim, it tells the Quran, tell them you curse black. Your complexion is the result of a curse. So what do a black man doing reading a white man's Quran? That's in your Quran. But they get mad at me. They get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because your book allows you to eat catfish and shrimp. Your book allows you to do that. Don't get mad at me because you don't have no law that condemns sodomy, the sodomite. Don't get mad at me if you don't got no law that condemn what's the other one? Abortion, things of that nature. Well, get mad at me for. Take it up with your God. With your God who you claim you serve, who you worship. And if truly the Israelites were practicing Islam, or they was a Muslim, because all Islam means is submit to the will of Allah. And it's all of us will to submit to the king. And that's being humble. But Adam was not a Muslim. Abraham was not a Muslim. Noah was not a Muslim. The first Muslim, according to the Quran, do you know who that was? The first one that supposed to submit to the will of Allah. Don't you know who that was according to the Quran? It wasn't Abraham. It wasn't Noah. Now these men y'all said was righteous. It wasn't Enoch. But you know who the Quran says was the first Muslim that submitted to the will of Allah? It was Muhammad. He said he was the first to submit to the will of Allah. Now, did he lie or did he tell the truth? He was a liar, and the truth ain't in him. So you know the book is a lie. The book is a lie. But I can't get one imam to call in, one Muslim to call in and get it out on me tonight. Vent. Tell them that I'm wrong and that your Quran don't say that. They can't do it because they know the Quran does say those things that I mentioned. Let's get it out tonight. Any other questions that anyone have? Any other comments that anyone have? Y'all just want to hold it in tonight, huh? Y'all don't want to get it off y'all chest tonight? Because I know y'all got something on y'all mind that y'all want to get out. You want to get it out. And let me tell you, I'm not no Christian. I'm not no Christian. I don't believe in turning no other cheek. I don't believe in loving my enemies or praying for them that despitefully misuse me and abuse me. I believe in that Old Testament, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I'm straight spirit of King David. This is my spirit. Straight King David. Straight Elijah the prophet. How long would it be that we got two or more opinions between the Israelite community? Can't agree on one thing and be in unison on that. Can't get past the first commandment and be in harmony with one another. Can't get past the first law. So who got, where y'all questions at? Where y'all comments at? Bring them out. Bring them in. Otherwise, I'm a end. Because I want to hear y'all tonight. This was y'all night. This was family night. This was get it out night. Yes.
Brina said, you did a great job and you should teach every day. Praise Yah. And I will pray he continue to be with you and your family. Jessica Cobb said, I have something. Can we all be respectful even when we have different opinions?
Yes, that's true. Can we all be respectful when we have different opinions? I got people cuss me out on Facebook. Want to talk about me like a dog. And all I do, I challenge what ministers say. I'll be very respectful. I allow them to call in and correct me. And they want to do it by Hebrew, Paleo, modern, correct me so I can learn. Like I told the elder, correct me if the Christ of the New Testament and Paul were eunuchs. Call in and show me that scripture because I never read that in any book. And I would like to see that. I would like to learn something new. So somebody got something to teach me, I would love to learn something new. Yes.
Jessica Cobbs, it is so sad to watch our brothers and sisters being condescending and disrespectful when
it don't have to be that way. Yeah, it don't have to be that way. I don't have to call people scorners in a class for asking me a question. Ask me questions. I always tell people ask me questions, but you know, sometimes today a person can be in an account and they start asking teachers questions and they start getting funny looks from the teacher and they get funny looks from the people in the class. Oh, where that coming from? Oh, why you asking that for? Because I want clarity. I'm trying to get an understanding of where you're coming from. It's not a attack mode on anybody. Now, if a teacher doesn't want to, sometimes it's just the pride of teachers. I don't want to admit they don't know something. Or they just want, It's just, man, it's just bad. It's just bad. So we all got to learn how to be humble. And that's why I say, see, it's the difference between humble and when you fasting. It's a difference. Humble, a humble man, a meek woman, that's something that you can teach on it, but you have to grow to learn that. It got to be in you, innate. You got to learn that. You got to learn that sometimes not to respond to everything people say as well. And like Moses, he was so humble and meek, his own brother and sister jumped on him. He kept quiet. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. And then y'all intervened. Y'all said, how dare y'all speak against my servant Moses? He said one thing we forget. Everything that comes out of an Israelite, Muslim, Christian mouth, it said in the days of Moses, it said Yahweh heard it. Do we not think he hear when we say things? When we call people false prophets and they're not false prophets? And I said earlier during this broadcast, I will give not $1,000, not $2,000, not $3,000, not $4,000, but $5,000, and I will sit down and stop teaching. If any man, woman, child, or beast can do this, can actually turn to the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and show me where y'all commanded us not to fast. They can't do that. See, you got to go to the book of the prophets. Now, during the day of Moses, they didn't have no Isaiah. He didn't have no Jeremiah. He didn't have no book of the prophets to run to. But we want to say the prophets testify in behalf of, it's a witness to the law and to the testimony. They speak not according to this word, because there's no light in them. That's not even there in Hebrew. They don't say that. Not in the original text. To the law and to the testimony, they speak not. It don't say that. It's like it don't say, seek ye out of the book of Yah and read, and not one of these things shall fail. It don't say that. From older manuscripts, folks. That's why we so divided. Because some is going by older manuscripts like myself, and some is going by newer Johnny-come-latelys manuscripts. And that's why the confusion comes in there. But I can just stick by what KJV says when it comes to the Day of Atonement. And not one person can show me that law. They have to run to Jeremiah and Isaiah and of the prophets to give examples of our people fasting and how they humble themselves. And that was true. That was true. And only a fool will argue against that. I can't argue against that. And never did. But one thing that I did say is sackcloth, putting on sackcloth and ashes is not the law. You won't read that in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. But y'all do that though, some of you, and some of you don't. Now, why are not you all that's fasting, that's going by the testimonies, why are you not putting on sackcloth and ashes? Hello? Because you know that's not law. But you believe fasting is law. And Brother Yoel been telling y'all for years that's not law neither. The law is that you humble yourself. And some people might say, well, why would y'all want to tell us to humble ourselves? I heard a man say that. Why would y'all tell us to humble ourselves when that's something we're supposed to do every day? Because we're not humble. We're not a humble people. We're not humble individuals. We're not humble brothers and sisters. We don't even deal with one another the right way. That's why he said, humble yourselves on the Day of Atonement. Y'all, we don't do that. We fast. We put on sackcloth and ashes many times during the year. But we don't humble ourselves. That's why, y'all. You see, when you're dealing with the word of Yah, and don't need me to add or take away from, there is no wisdom. And nobody will call in because there is no wisdom. There is no understanding. There is no counsel against Yah. Yes. Comment?
Jessica, Todd said, can we go over speaking in tongues? I know someone who thinks it is not wrong to do that. I say, where does the Almighty, the Most High, say to do that? But he says, where does it say I shouldn't?
He said, where does it say I shouldn't? Speak it in tongues. What the New Testament said, he that speaketh in these tongues, these unknown tongues, he said they edifying themselves. They ain't edifying nobody. They speaking in these tongues you can't understand. Praise the Lord. What do you say? Did nobody understand a daggone thing? How was you edified? The greater don't deal with nothing like that, no spookism like that. He deal with, he want to make it plain and simple. That you can understand. His word is so plain. He said a fool won't even err therein. Y'all don't deal with that. He never seen no prophet speaking in no tongues. Now, if you're going by the New Testament, there are no prophets in the New Testament. But according to the New Testament, the greatest prophet in the book of the New Testament, the whole book of New Testament, can y'all tell me who it is? Who's the greatest prophet in the New Testament according to the New Testament? Well, let me tell you. John the Baptist. John the Baptist. Not Yahushua, but John the Baptist. He's the greatest prophet in the New Testament. Now, but I say there were no prophets in the New Testament. Like there were no prophets in a book called the Quran. None at all. But you're right. So that y'all didn't command nobody to speak in no tongue. Even the New Testament speaks against people that speaking in these crazy tongues that people can't understand. He said ain't no edification coming out of that. And I want people tonight to talk with me let's edify. Let's talk together. Let's reason together. We can have an edifying discussion. I'm not here to argue or debate with nobody, but to get it off your chest. So anybody have any questions or comments? Huh? Anybody at all? Get it off y'all chest. Don't wait. Don't hold it back. What's that? Okay, yes. But if not, I thank you all for tuning in because it's late. It's late. And I don't want to keep y'all up. A lot of y'all got to get up and go to work. Yes, indeed. Yes. But I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you for your patience, your kindness. For it was a blessing to always come before the children of Israel, those that are scattered to the four corners of the earth, in our attempt to bring them back to the mighty Yah. And though we refuse to come together, though we refuse to bow our knees before the mighty Yah and stretch our hands forth towards the heavens and ask for his help and pray for his divine deliverance, all of Israel will be on our knees, praying and hoping and crying out to the mighty Yah. Let his will be done. With that being said, I'm Minister YisraEL Shiloh Israel, bidding you all a pleasant night. Shalom. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Yah is righteous. Yah is holy. And that Yah be glorified. Shalom. Lila Tov. So